I think it's super important that people truly understand that they're capable of doing whatever they want to do. It's important for people to understand that we're all equal. We're all created in the image of God. And if we're created by the Creator, that means we also have creative faculties. We have this thing called an imagination. We can close our eyes and see anything we want. And I remember being a little kid, staring out the window, not paying attention in school, but I was in this fantasy land. I was in a fantasy world, and I was seeing the life that I wanted to live. And over the last 8 years, I have lived those exact images that I saw in my mind when I was a little kid. I fell in love with the idea of being, doing, and having anything I wanted. The biggest joys I get now is seeing other people elevate their lives, seeing other people take their income, take their lifestyle to the next level. When you don't have money, it's all about money. When you have money, it's all about purpose. It's about the mission that you're on. It's about how many lives can you genuinely affect through you, through the person you are. Nobody is perfect. I don't think anybody can ever be perfect. However, we can always get better.
Let's go, let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Super excited to be on here with everybody. We've got a phenomenal topic coming into today. So before we go ahead and get started into today's topic, we're going to be diving in talking about how to go ahead and get bold. So go ahead and get your pens out, get your papers out, and let's drop a little bit of gratitude before we go ahead and dive in. Let me go live on IG. Awesome. All right, family. So let's go ahead and dive into today. What is everybody grateful for? Grateful to be alive. Grateful for God. I see the dream team tapped in here. Lady Boss, Nikki, Shane, Talina, JoJo. Let's go. Ready for another phenomenal day. Grateful for God. Grateful to be alive. Grateful for the mind, for the body, for the spirit. We've been absolutely on a roll for this month already. I'm so proud of you guys. We've got so many miracles flowing to and through each and every one of you guys. And just know we are just getting started for the month of December. And for those of you guys that didn't know, I don't know if you guys had a chance to catch last night's call, but believe it or not, we actually have a huge announcement coming into Miami. We're going to be go ahead and dropping the flyers here in the next couple of days for a massive incentive to go ahead and drive into Alex Morton's event for Break the Code coming in January 19th to the 20th. So stay tuned for that flyer. This is going to be super lit, a really exciting exclusive experience with Mr. Chairman 750. Matt Rosa is going to be revealed with the flyer coming the next couple of days. So super excited about that. And that's going to lead directly into Miami, right? If you guys look at, we have big events every 90 days. So the last one was the convention over there in Arizona. And if you look at 90 days later, now we're coming into Break the Code with Alex Morton. And 90 days following that, you already know we've got none other than March Madness going down in Orlando. So I'm telling you, every conversation that I have, every three-way, every event that I'm doing, I'm talking about Miami, I'm talking about Orlando, because this is what we're going to. The goal is to absolutely have everybody experience the energy in Miami, and I'm telling you, it will not be the same, especially going to Orlando. So this is the vision, right? The next couple months have already been set in stone. They've already been written out. They've already been envisioned. Now it's about letting time go ahead and catch up. So let's go ahead and get into it for the day, family. We're going to be talking about the 4 ways to go ahead and get bold. This is from the GOAT himself, our executive vice president, Mr. Alex Morton. And for those of you that don't know Alex Morton, this is the first guy that I actually saw, 1111 Paint Your Vision, that actually really made me get serious into the industry that we're in, into MLM, mentors leading mentors, making lasting memories, moms loving moms, right? I saw him pretty much drop out of college, Arizona State University just about, and in a year and a half later, he reached his first $1 million in the industry. So it made me realize, I'm seeing everybody get normal jobs, 10, 12, 15 hour. And here I go seeing somebody a little bit older than me getting out to become a millionaire, getting out of one of the biggest party schools in the country. So it made me realize that there's a lot more that we can be doing, but it's so important to get around the right influence, the right network to really be able to go ahead and cut that time frame in half. So ready to go ahead and get into it today, family. The 4 ways to get bold. Number one, the first tip is going to be known as the 33% rule. Now, a lot of you guys, you've probably heard me say this a couple times, but this is true, right? 30% of my time, 30% of your time should be spent with a mentor, right? I made it a priority when I first got inside the industry. 33% of my time, I'm telling you, I was blowing up my mentor's phone. I was asking questions. I was driving up to his house, whatever I needed to do to go ahead and get my questions answered, to go ahead and get a little bit of knowledge and growth for the day. I was willing to do it. Okay, so there's a couple things that I did along this journey that really ended up making a huge difference. Okay, so number one, the 33% rule. I was always making sure that I was constantly around those that were winning, whether that be audios, whether that be showing up to events, whether that be plugging in to Zoom calls and trainings. I was always around the information and I was always learning. This is why they say 90% of success is simply showing up. And this is why even just going to events like this, you don't know how much that you pick up getting around mentors, getting around other mentees that are asking questions, that are going through similar things like you. And guess what? They might ask that one question and you're around and you hear the answer to it that allows you to completely change the game for you. And I can't tell you how many times this has happened to me over the course of this journey, right? So even as I started to go to events and as I started to expand and grow, this term became very real to me. Strive to be the dumbest person in the room. I made this a point for the past 4 to 5 years to honestly every day strive to look to be in the dumbest person in the room. So always when I was going to events, I was always I have my questions ready for the educators. I have my questions ready for the chairman, and I was ready to go ahead and get that one answer to go ahead and take my business, my life, my mindset to the next level. Okay, so this is big. The 30% rule is crucial. People find people with more credibility who are smarter, and look how we grow every day just by getting inside of that room. And we have access to that every day. This is why showing up, it is inevitable for me to know that your success is on the way just by plugging in, taking action, and staying around the fire. I'm telling you, there's only 2 ways that this business works. You either quit or you succeed. It's one or the other. It's very binary. Okay, so if you can hold on to these 4, it's going to change the game for you. Number 2, the second tip to go ahead and get bold right here, right now, is going to be learning how to speak, right? Learning how to speak. I want you guys to think about it. Any great role model that you think of, anybody who has a significant amount of influence, let me ask you this. Do they know how to speak? 99% of the time, the answer is going to be yes. They've absolutely learned how to speak. Every big-time leader that serves as a role model 9 out of 10 times, they are a great speaker, right? And here's the difference, okay? We have all of these different ways that we can study learning how to speak, right? When I was in college, I actually got a C in public speaking. So if you're not great at public speaking, guess what? Welcome to the train. A lot of us didn't start out speaking in front of hundreds and speaking in front of thousands and doing videos and lives and stories every day. This was not what we were used to. In fact, I was the complete opposite. You know what? You guys see me do this live every single day for years. Before that, I couldn't tell you how many lives I ever did. I don't even think I ever even did a live before this. Never had a Facebook live, never had an IG live, was definitely not the person to make videos. So when I tell you all of these things was new for me and it's probably new for you, that's okay because it's new for 99% of the world. But for those that have the boldness, that have the courage to be able to stick out just that little extra, that's extraordinary right there. Ordinary, extraordinary. Just that little extra. So I'm telling you, this is huge, right? Learning how to speak as far as voice inflections, right? Learning how to get pauses in your voice. All of these things I started to study just by getting around the GOATs, going to events, listening to them speak, listening to others do solution calls. And it got to the point where I would hear it over and over and over again. I would know the metaphors that they use. I would know how they're going to break down the products to the point where not only did I master it, guess what? I can now tweak it and make it my own, right? So this is huge. This is so important to understand. Number 3, and second thing I want to touch on before we go and move on to number 3. If you are shy, okay, just like I was very nervous about speaking. I was stuttering when I was going out and doing it. Number 1, it doesn't get easier. We just get better. Number 2, here's the most important thing I want you to know. If you are shy with speaking, I'm here to tell you that's probably costing a fortune for you inside of your business and inside of your life. How do I know? Because the same thing was happening to me. Okay, so this is huge. Learning how to speak absolutely changed the course of my life. Learning from going from the back of the room to striving to be at the front of the room. Okay, number 3 is going to be get involved. The third tip to get bold right here, right now, it's going to be to get involved, right? Other people are excited about the same stuff that you are, right? You're excited about trading. You're excited about e-commerce, excited about social media. We have a community to go ahead and be able to leverage this energy. And here's the difference, right? When you guys can show that you're just doing this, you're doing this for yourself, but not by yourself, this is where the magic truly starts to happen with anybody that is watching your page. Because here's what I know, okay? When I started leveling up with trading, when I started taking this thing seriously and I'm diving in and I'm taking notes, my friends told me this was a scam. They said I was wasting my time. They said I'm never going to make any money. But here's what I realized, okay? Number 1, nobody cares what you do until they know that you are serious, okay? Nobody cares what you do until they know that you're serious. So guess what? When I started really documenting my journey, when I started really applying myself and becoming the best version, other people started to get inspired, and I like to call them ants, right? The ants come out of the cracks. There's people watching you right now that are not excited to go to work tomorrow, that are not excited to go about the same day today than they did yesterday. And guess what? When they see you excited, when they see you growing, when they see you learning and becoming the best version, eventually you're going to inspire them to do the same. And here's a couple other things about getting involved, right? When you start getting involved, you start realizing there is so much opportunity at our fingertips that we've just been sleeping on. Perfect example, okay? You guys can go ahead and type in Meet Me. Okay, this is an app that you guys can look at, and this is going to show you all different events that are right here in your city that you can attend. We can go to Facebook. We can type in also events and see events that are all right here in our city that we can start getting involved, networking, creating new relationships, and now leading to new business partners. Okay, I can't tell you how many times I found phenomenal business partners just being able to go out and network, and a lot of times it wasn't even in my same state. Being able to network in a different city or state. So here's the deal. You never know the next chairman that you're going to walk past unless you go ahead and create the conversation. You never know what kind of networks that you're going to make unless you get outside of your comfort zone. So find events that are going in your city. What hobbies do you guys like to do? If you like to go to the gym, do you know how many new faces that you meet all the time throughout the gym? To be able to get involved and start creating relationships to get your name out there a little bit. All right. And last but not least is going to be just do it. Like Nike says, sometimes you got to just do it, right? There's somebody, I'll give you an example. There's somebody that's local right now on your Instagram. People tell me all the time, well, D, my city seems dead. I don't think anybody in my city is ready to learn. Nobody seems like they're hungry. Well, I felt the exact same way. And here's the truth. Every city is like that. I don't care if we're talking about Canada, if we're talking about Dubai, Australia, New York, Cali, Texas. Everybody has places in their city where there's people that are hungry and there's people that are okay with being stagnant. Number 1, when you start putting out that version of yourself, here's the key. Whatever you put out, you're going to attract. So if you're putting out that you're just a person of you want money, but you complain all day, guess what type of leaders you're going to attract into your organization? Probably something a little bit similar. Probably somebody who comes in 30 days, expects a lot of money, they don't see it, and then they quit. But if you can start putting out your growth, your work ethic, your passion, your love, you're going to attract leaders that not just add into your business, but they start multiplying into your organization. Okay, so this is big. So meeting a new person every day. You guys can go on Instagram, type in your city. Go type in Fort Myers. Go type in Ohio. Go type in Orlando. Go type in Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas. And guess what? You're going to find all of these people that's local right here in your city that you can go ahead and start the relationship with a compliment, get in their DMs, and arrange a meeting to go ahead and meet up in person over coffee and share mindsets. I've had I'll give you an example. I had one of my biggest hitters in my organization. I found him on Instagram. He was playing ball over there in the stairwell, like 30 minutes away from me. I said, bro, I love the page. I actually play ball as well. I'd love to go ahead and shoot around sometime. Boom, we scheduled a meeting. Next week, we ended up playing ball, came back to the house, and we created a phenomenal life. This is one of my best friends in the business. So you never know what could actually happen when you start getting bold and getting outside of your quote-unquote comfort zone. Okay, so take the content that you have and start putting out, because you never know who's going to be able to see it. Throw yourself into the flames, and you will see it's not as scary as you might think, right? Here's the quote I want to go ahead and give you guys with. Ready? Here's what Alex said. He said, there's no benefit to holding back in every situation, every meeting that seems beyond your reach because it becomes an opportunity for you to suck seed. I'm going to say that one more time. There is no benefit to holding back in every situation, every meeting that seems beyond your reach because that becomes an opportunity for you to suck seed, right? You want what's funny about successful people and unsuccessful people? A lot of the times they come from similar spots, they come from a similar background, they dress the same, but what is the difference? You see, successful people, a lot of the times, they just end up doing what most unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Getting up early, the journaling, the morning routine, taking time to develop themselves on a daily basis, right? Self-care, self-love, all of these things plays a big role. So for me to go ahead and leave you guys with this today, there's no need to be shy. This is the perfect time. There's no such thing as a perfect day. So what a better day to go out and get bold, to make that video, to make that series, to put out that piece that you've been waiting to put out, but you were afraid maybe of what other people think, or maybe you were afraid to start that event. You were afraid to create that relationship in person. Say whatever that is that you might have been afraid to do, make today the day that you lean into your fear, that you run at the things that make you nervous, because on the other side, I'm telling you without a doubt, is growth, is abundance, and is probably waiting your next level. So family, that's my training for you guys today. If you got a little bit of value, go ahead and drop some sevens down below, drop some threes down below. And if nobody told you today, I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. And I'm so grateful for you taking the time to step into the best version of yourself. Because I'll be the first to tell you, you might not be able to see it from the inside, but me being able to see it from the outside in, your growth is absolutely phenomenal to see. And I'm telling you right now, the only difference is for time to catch up. Keep taking the time for yourself, keep developing, and watch how magnetic you become to the right people, places, and scenarios into your life. So family, that's a wrap for your boy. It is your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. Remember, you can be, you can have anything right here in your hand, family. I love you. Go out and have an abundant day. Let's get to it. You already know. It's game time. Go.